Another great morning in the Smoky Mountains. So I'm starting out at Smokemont, and I'm gonna do about 23 miles or so. And I'm starting on the Smokemont Loop Trail down at the south end of Smokemont, just as you enter the campground. And gonna take that all the way up to where it meets up with Bradley Fork. Then I'm gonna go over to Chasteen Creek, and then that's where the climb begins. I'm gonna climb up Chasteen to Hughes Ridge, and then taking Hughes Ridge all the way up to Peck Corner, a little bit past Peck Corner to the Appalachian Trail. Then turning around at the Appalachian Trail, coming back down Hughes Ridge, and grabbing Bradley Fork Trail. And then that's gonna bring me all the way back down to the north end of Smokemont Campground. And then walking the length of Smokemont Campground back to my truck. So giant big loop, about 23 miles. I'm a little bit more than 2 miles into the hike, about 2.3 miles in, and this Smokemont Loop Trail has been all uphill up to this point. And so it's definitely a warm up to Chasteen Creek that's coming up, because that's gonna be uphill as well. But it's really pretty out here. It's been a So I'm at the Bradley Fork intersection, and Chasteen Creek is about a half mile to the right. I'll take that up to Hughes Ridge, then Bradley Fork back down, and come right back by this same spot right here. And so after about 20 miles. And so I'm gonna go ahead and head this half mile down, and I'll repeat this half mile on the journey back to the vehicle. So, all right, we'll be back in several hours. Okay, here we are, a half mile later at the Chasteen Trail intersection. And so I'm gonna head up that way, 4.1 to Hughes Ridge Trail. And this is uphill, so I'm going to eat a little bite, get some energy in me. I'm gonna go ahead and get some electrolytes in me and get hiking. So let me show you Chasteen Creek up to Hughes Ridge. Chasteen Cascades, absolutely beautiful. So the map says I'm still on the trail, but man, I'm not sure. This is crazy. I'm not exactly sure where the trail goes, so let's see if we can figure it out. Okay, that definitely was not the trail. So trail goes off to the right. So the way I went down to actually see the Cascades, thinking that was the trail, but it wasn't. The trail goes off to the right. Apparently several other people have done the same thing, because there was a kind of a half bushwhacked path back up to the trail, but it was climbing a damn vertical slope there. So I'm back on the trail now officially, but holy crap, that was an adventure. At least I got a good view out of it, right? Okay, let's get back on the trail. Chasteen Creek. All right, we're at campsite 48. I'm gonna go down here and filter some water because I'm almost out. So here's a little bit more of this campsite. There's a couple of spots over here for tents, but it's on a pretty good slope. It's like a couple of different areas set up for camping. So, and right near a water source, so that's fantastic. Good little campsite. Finishing up Chasteen Creek trail there, and that thing's all uphill. It's a steady climb. I'm not done with the uphill. I still have a little bit more to go. I'm going to be climbing up to the Appalachian Trail, which that's 5.2 miles, and probably the next couple miles is still uphill, and then it kind of flattens out on Hughes Ridge there. So I'm going to take Hughes Ridge now up to the Appalachian, and let's show you some of this trail. I tell you that make sure you've got your climbing gear ready when you go up that Chasteen Creek trail, because it's a lot of climb. A few maintenance issues with some blowdowns. Had to go through several of them, probably 4 or 5 of them, and so I'm tired from that climb and hot and sweaty, but a little bit more climbing to go, and then some flat and downhill. So let's get on it. Not very far on the Hughes Ridge trail, you'll come to the intersection of Enlow Creek trail. That is also the Benton McKay trail. It heads down that direction. We're going to keep going. On Hughes Ridge, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Been up, been down, been up, been down. And so for about the next 2 miles, I have to climb about 500 feet. So just a gradual incline for about the next 2 miles or so before it really flattens out. But trail's been nice, not really any problems with it. No water on it, so make sure that you've got water before you get here. There is quite a bit of what appears to be bear activity on this trail. I passed by one of the biggest piles of bear crap that I think I've ever seen. Hopefully I don't see the bear itself. There's another one I just passed. So definitely bear activity on this trail, so be careful. I've reached the junction now of Hughes Trail and Bradley Fork. I'm gonna head up the 2 miles 2.2 up to the Appalachian Trail. I'm gonna stop at Peck's Corner and get some more water because I've gone through 2.5 liters and I am basically out. And so I'll go the 2.2 up, come the 2.2 back, and then head down Bradley Fork Trail all the way back down to Smokemont. So here we go. Let's finish up Hughes Ridge Trail. Made it to the end of Hughes Ridge Trail. I've gone about 13.7, 13.8 miles today, and it has been all uphill besides one tiny little downhill section. So I'm worn out, but I've got a long way to go to get back, about 10 more miles before I get back to the campground there. So I'm gonna stop here at Peck Shelter. It says it's closed for bear activities, but that's for overnight camping. So I'm gonna stop there and fill up some water. Because I've drank every bit of water I've got. So anyway, it's been a good day. Fantastic weather. It's just hot. It's sweating a lot. I've drank 5 liters of water already in this almost 14 miles. So I'll looking forward to getting on the downhill side of this thing and start heading back. And so Appalachian Trail, there's a little white blaze there, and let's get back down this hill. We'll see you down. All right, just like that, I'm back to the junction of the Bradley Fork Trail and Hughes Ridge, and so I'll be more than happy to be done with Hughes Ridge. So, you know, Peck Corner Shelter had that sign up that said that it was closed due to the aggressive bears. Well, I saw that bear, and so he saw me and I saw him about the same time, and he decided to head off the trail, and so he was probably 50 yards out whenever I saw him. A big guy, real big bear. So if you're anywhere around Peck Corner, just know there's a big bear there. So I've got 7.4 back down to Smokemont, and then probably another half mile back to the truck after I walk down through the entire Smokemont Campground. So this is Bradley Fork Trail. It should be all downhill, thankfully. And so let's get on it and let's get this hike done. So this has been Bradley Fork for the last few miles. All downhill, a little bit rocky. Look at this little guy all curled up. Kind of looked like a pile of crap there, so I almost stepped on him. So this is the Towa Creek Cascades. I think I'm saying that right. Empties out into Bradley Fork here. Pretty cool. All right, the Hitchin Post Falls. I imagine they call it that because we're right beside a hitching post for some horses. Beautiful. All right, so this is Bradley Fork. A good portion of the trail goes right down beside it. Just wanted to close out the video here. So, you know, the Smokemont Loop Trail, that was a bunch of uphill, I saw some wild boar on that trail. Then it kind of went a little bit downhill till it got over to the Bradley Fork and then over to Chasteen. So Chasteen, that trail starts out flat, then goes uphill, and it goes up and up and up until it gets to Hughes Ridge, which continues to go up, even though you look at the elevation profile and it appears to be kind of flattish, but it continues to go up all the way to the Appalachian Trail. So at the Appalachian Trail, I turned back around on Hughes and stopped at Peck corner to filter some water, and I saw a bear there. And so as I was leaving there, a little bit further down the trail, I saw a deer, a very pretty deer. And so coming down that trail, got onto Bradley Fork. That's all downhill till you get all the way down here at Bradley Fork Creek where it flattens out, and it's pretty much flat. Sorry, the camera's bouncy. I'm kind of in a hurry so I don't get rained on. But, you know, for all in all, you know, there's nothing majestic about these trails particularly. There's no great views. You know, a couple of cascades and waterfall and rivers, and that's about it. You know, the actual trails themselves is not a whole lot to see, but I sure will tell you what, the critters sure came out to play today. I saw a snake coming down Bradley Fork there, and so, you know, really seen a lot of animals today. I tell you, once you get in these lower elevations, the bugs come out and they are eating me alive. And so again, all in all, this trail will be about 23 miles, a little bit more than 23, probably 24 miles. And like I say, I'm ready to be done with it. This is the kind of trail that you go out on whenever you just want to go out and be in nature, because you're not going to get a whole lot of spectacular views. There's not going to be a whole lot of amazing things, but you're going to be out in nature, and it goes way out into nature. And so I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave some links up in the corners. You know, give those a like, give them a watch. If you don't mind, subscribe. I'd love to get some new subscribers. And we'll see you on the next one. And there's the thunder. God bless.